Hey Crafty, what's up? Welcome back to another amazing episode of Mine Tip Top. I am back with another lit video and I'm sure you'll enjoy this. So guys, amazing episode, we are going to discuss best medieval house designs that are perfect for any kingdom. Are you guys excited? So let's get started. So keep up with me till the end, comment right below this video, subscribe if you still haven't turned on the post notification for more videos. When it comes to picking an aesthetic for towns in Minecraft, medieval is one of the most obvious choices with the type of blocks Minecraft has to offer and the relative ease to gather. A medieval look is the best fit for the game style. Generating many different ideas for houses can be tough, though, and new players especially will be looking for house designs that are a little more than pointy blocks of wood and stone. Thankfully, the Minecraft community is a massive and welcoming one, with plenty of fresh ideas out there for players to take inspiration from. Number 10, small and stylish, starting off with the basics. This house is a small and nice looking example of many of the techniques that make medieval buildings in Minecraft. The white walls, made with either terracotta or concrete, combined with dark wooden highlights are a key part of this style. On top of that,
I make 2 more holes in the ground.
It's an easy introduction to one of the most challenging aspects of these buildings, the roofs. Building a set of stairs from either side to meet in the middle is all well as good, but this building is a simple example of how to mix stairs and normal blocks to make something more interesting to look at, as well as the choice of color. This particular design will require some nether wood, but that should be no trouble for players in the mid-game.
Same thing this time with cobblestone. Make sure to leave the gaps for our door and windows.
Number 9, a house fit for any older man. This house takes the same techniques as before, but makes them a bit bigger and more complicated for a much grander design. This is a perfect house design for any high status area of a town, away from the peasantry and general populace.
Is kind of how not to build when it comes to shape, and I want to show you the problems with dealing with
using stone bricks instead of white concrete. The wooden logs are used to give the building an outside scaffolding that was often in these buildings around that time. Additionally, using fences instead of glass for windows is more time appropriate, as glass was an expensive commodity.
So if I put a roof on this big box, that's what it looks like. It's way too wide. The wider
Number 8, blacksmith's house. When thinking of commercial buildings to dot around a medieval town, a blacksmith is a must-have. Blacksmiths weren't quite common, a fixture of town as media would have people believe. They often lived and worked in the local barracks/castle. However,
this part up so that whole 7x7 box frame gets filled out. Looking pretty cool. Then, really quick, I'm going to come back in here and texture this. We're going to add a little...
It just wouldn't feel right without some friendly bearded man out by his house, hitting some heated metal with a hammer. This design uses the white wood technique on the building but builds a stone tier into the building. This gives the idea that the bottom floor could be the blacksmith's store, while the top is where they live. Additionally, the outside area shows how many of the game's workbenches can be used for decorative purposes. This is a design where players could potentially use mods to make the whole thing even more intricate.
Each log, just like so, and we're going to spread this all the way around like this. So we have a little bit of added detail on the side.
Number 7, a noble's house. This design pushes the techniques already shown and pushes them bigger and bolder. This one will be quite resource intensive, using a lot of terracotta for the walls and roof, but when the house looks as pretty as this, it's worth the effort. With various sections of the house sticking out from the main section, this shows how irregular shapes make for far more interesting buildings. Additionally, the use of lecterns as posts around the edges is the perfect way to use utility blocks for other purposes.
Be sure to check out the links in the description of this video. I don't even know why I'm telling you guys all this. It's not like it's the end of the video, but now that we have gotten this done on each of...
Number 6, farmhouse. Big or small, rich or poor, Everyone needs to eat. A farmhouse is another clear choice for buildings in any medieval town, and this one is rather humble. This house is quite easy to build, but it still packs in a massive helping of detail, and studying it can be useful for players looking to learn how and where to detail can be added to bigger buildings, while the farm shown is quite small. This house could easily be placed in the middle of a massive field. Additionally, the house's design is basic enough that it could be scaled up without much trouble, making it very versatile. Finally, throw in some villagers, and the whole thing could potentially run on autopilot. Number 5. Choosing the right texture. This house is another fine example of the usual medieval house techniques, this time using stone as the outer scaffolding as opposed to wood. The colors are unusual on this one, but the use of sandstone makes for a more unique feel. What this house also does is showcase how impressive using different resource packs can be when finding the right look for the building.
It is a great starter texture pack for those who want to see what all the fuss is about, but they don't want to change or update it to be a bit more threatening.
The pack used in this image is John Smith's Legacy, but there are plenty of other packs out there for medieval looks, maybe even something more realistic.
This next one is really cool. The Retro NES. Everybody loves retro games, I think. I know I do. Well, you should love retro.
Number 4, something a little bit different. While most medieval buildings will have their basis in realism, that doesn't always have to be the case. Many fantasy worlds use a medieval setting, so players may want to be on the lookout for medieval buildings that are a bit more out there for their design. This is one such building. It makes use of all the techniques medieval builders are familiar with, but applies them to a wild-looking building. These two towers could easily be a home to an old sorcerer or a strange hermit who hides away from the rest of the town.
Okay.
Number 3, a wall of houses. This is a unique design, but one that can be seen in select places throughout Europe. This row of houses, or one big house, also acts as a bit of a wall, with a gap in the middle leading into somewhere. While it's unlikely that these would be the walls to a town, they could easily make a very stylish entrance to a nice plaza, with lots of houses around the outside, maybe a market in the middle. Alternatively, this could simply be the front wall of a much larger building, to which the hole in the middle is the entrance.
Letting go. It's a history that never really grows.
Number 2, stay at the inn. Every town of any worth needs a place where travelers can get a good drink, some good food, and a place to rest their heads. An inn is a place where all these needs will be met, and this one will certainly do the job. A rather complex design. This takes almost all the techniques seen so far and pulls them together for an extremely impressive building, with a resource pack adding texture to the white walls and roof, as well as some intricate details on the front. There are even a few modded blocks in there too. This one will put anyone's building skills to the test. Number 1, a mansion big enough for a village. For players who have more resources than they know what to do with, here is the ultimate challenge in medieval building. The dimensions of this building exceed 100 by 100 by 100 blocks and will certainly take a while to complete, but it will be a sight to behold once it's finished. Not to mention, this is just one of many huge buildings. While it's not the most complex of designs, the detail on each of the front-facing walls are impressive, and the way all the extensions lock together is beautiful. Perhaps the biggest challenge for this building is designing the interior. Players could also make it massive and open, or it could be a complete labyrinth to navigate. They may just need a slightly beefier PC to see it in all its glory. So guys, this is all about today's video. Share as much as you can, that really motivates us to create more content for you guys. With this, we end our video. Hope you liked the video. Do hit the like button down there, comment down your views, and do share with more of your friends. See ya. Take care.